Cryptocurrencies, Oversight of New Assets in the Digital Age, Gary Gensler, July 18, 2018. The Future of Money, Mark Carney, Governor of the Bank of England, March 2, 2018. Nobel-winning economist, Authorities Will Bring Down Hammer on Bitcoin, CNBC, July 9, 2018. The first, from Gensler himself, was the longest and provided good context. His opening salvo, "Blockchain technology has real potential to transform the world of finance," is one that I initially viewed positively. The same applies to his follow-up. "I'm an optimist and want to see this new technology succeed." Yet that stands in stark contrast to what he said last month from his perch atop one of the most powerful regulators. "Look, we don't need more digital currency." Anyway, here are some other takeaways from Lecture 8. Illicit activity has been a concern from day one. Gensler's past statements seem consistent with what he says today. The need to guard against illicit activities and to ensure financial stability and that investors are protected appeared to be at the core of what was discussed in the lecture. My interpretation is that Gensler believed that broad agreement existed around the need to curtail illicit activity, but that implementation of policies to do so was inconsistent. This is where I think the SEC is attempting to make waves, some would say too many, by working to establish a framework of implementation that will be emulated on a global scale. Bitcoin, BTC, and Ether, ETH, were referred to as crypto cash commodities, not securities. For all of the discussion around what is and what is not a security today, the course made little mention of BTC or ETH being securities. To the contrary, it was acknowledged that, in terms of market value, probably 3/4 of the space has already been determined by the SEC not to be a security. His recent commentary doesn't seem opposite of this, but seems less definitive, especially specific to Ether. Crypto intermediaries were presented as a viable regulatory target. This is something that maybe I should have seen coming. While not discussed at length, approximately 6 minutes in, the topic of crypto intermediaries was broached, and how they serve as viable regulatory targets. A question of why laws historically have been attached to intermediaries was raised as well. The answer seemed to revolve around systemic risk and the relative ease in regulating intermediaries chasing smaller entities. This has been most evident in the recent SEC enforcement actions versus Coinbase and Binance. Allegations of operating as an unregistered securities exchange and broker were levied towards Coinbase. Binance was accused of the same, along with misrepresentation of trading controls. Public policy strategy does more harm than good. One of the most salient revelations came near the end of the class when the discussion of public policy development was raised. And I think this is at the heart of the contentious relationship between crypto advocates and Gensler's SEC. It was stated in no uncertain terms that in the crafting of public policy, messaging and coalition building are front and center. Analysis, by comparison, was almost an afterthought. So while crypto purists argue on the merits of digital asset efficiencies, consensus mechanisms, and supply dynamics, crafters of public policy are simply attempting to drive a message home. Search the news.